This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And, of course, David Aldridge is joining us tonight from the sideline. You look at the Jazz. They've got to be hoping that the road will be a little kinder to them than their winless homestand they just concluded.
And you can tell that both teams will be a little on edge in this one, given the rivalry these teams have. It could be an emotional game.
I think it's always that way when these guys get together. The fans and the players are jacked up. Even the vendors are ramped up, talking stuff. It's a special matchup for sure.
Randall with the bucket. And what a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Now here's Hield. A three-pointer is right on target.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
That's his first.
You know, you were talking about Giannis. He can put up 30 a game without taking many shots from the perimeter. And that's a tall order these days, especially because he gets doubled every single time. Clark, the last piece of the puzzle for Giannis Antetokounmpo, winning that 2021 NBA title.
And you know, Kevin, think about this. When Giannis got that ring, he also had 2 MVPs, a Defensive Player of the Year award. Man, that's accomplishing a lot at just 26. If you don't know exactly where Davis is, he's going to deny you a shot, so you got to be aware of his presence. Good offense squaring up against better D there. You got to appreciate that stop.
Now here's Brooks. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Asar Thompson. That's his first foul. Randall outside. Here's the three. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
Here's the Nuggets with the ball. They trail by 1. It's Giannis with the drive. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3. Davis sets a screen. Here's Giddey. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And you can't get too physical with Giddey, or else he will draw the whistle.
Well, Greg, over the last few seasons, one area of consistency for the Jazz has been their rebounding.
Yeah, and they have some size. And they make controlling the boards a focal point. When you're playing Utah, you better be ready to put a body on somebody. You know, he might want to think about deferring for a while. He's had his chances this quarter, but just not able to convert.
Randall no good. Utah leading. To the middle. Here's Davis. And it's Davis with the jam.
Always among the lead leaders in throwdowns. AD's tough around that rack.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, Giannis Antetokounmpo is not one to puff out his chest and chase accolades. He said, I put the work in. That's how I get my confidence. I don't follow the media or my stats. What I know is that I put the work in, and I try to be the best version of myself. And that focus has served him well. Kevin?
It has. You know, his dedication, David, unquestioned. We appreciate your report. And though the Nuggets have some excellent outside shooters, Clark, they've been more prolific inside the arc the last couple years.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, they were an extreme example of that, Kevin. First in the league in 2-point attempts, and then dead last, almost dead last, in 3-point attempts. Not what most people would think when looking at the Nuggets.
And for the ball out of bounds, Davis touched it last. We've got 1:48 left to play in the first. Pass to Giannis. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Jazz.
Well, I've liked their assertiveness inside. They've been getting that way and playing that way the whole time, setting the tone right away that the inside area is their territory.
And I've really liked how they've moved the ball tonight. Because of this selfless approach, they are piling up the assists.
Pocket 2. Three-pointer, Randall.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Antetokounmpo looking it over. Down low. Releases. And he finishes nicely on the way. Antetokounmpo's got 5 points so far.
You know, this is where Giannis still does most of his damage. He has the size, athleticism, and shot repertoire to hurt you inside.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it. They're tearing it up on the glass.
It's all about Antetokounmpo. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it. And the Jazz can't hang on to the ball.
Whose ball?
There's 39 seconds left in the first. Back to Randall. Pass to Giannis. Now Alvarado. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Shot clock at 5. Here's Antetokounmpo. It's good. This game is all even. 7 points in the game.
Can't let Antetokounmpo get deep positioning like that, because this is what happens.
Here's Kamari.
Man, what a pass that was there. He really, really relishes making the game easier for his teammates.
And that one, good.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
It's all tied in Denver.
15.
And we've got
Jazz. 15.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And when you consider how Denver is doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
I mean, offensively, I thought they did a good job of protecting the ball, and defensively, boy, were they disruptive.
Yeah, I like the way they forced a ton of turnovers and then took advantage of those turnovers with opportunistic baskets.
Here's Giannis, following the bucket by the Jazz. Inside. Inside. Antetokounmpo. Automatic.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Count that one. Davis has got 6.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Giannis charging into the lane. That shot, no good. Davis with some nice D.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
We've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Now here's Thompson, following the miss by Giannis. No good on the 3. The Nuggets trail. And Clark, as we watch Aaron Neesmith, he was such a great shooter in college, and it took him a while to find his stroke in the NBA.
And you know what, Kevin, nothing really surprising about that. Most players struggle to find their game in the NBA, to find their role in the NBA. But Neesmith, he's found his rhythm and his role, and he clearly is dangerous from behind the arc.
And how about the body control? Giddey refusing to let the defense alter that shot.
Back to Randall. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Out to the right wing. Fires from 18. Randall no good.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Utah leading by 3. And here is Giddey. He's got 11. Driving to the basket. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Pass to Davis. On the wing, Heel. And it's out of bounds to the Jazz as Utah retains possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
And Davis throws it down.
Boy, there's not a better target in all of the NBA than Davis for the alley-oop.
Here's Giannis. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality.
An absolutely tremendous athlete, able to go up and finish over the biggest of defenders.
Rebounded by the Jazz. And they're off to Philadelphia after this game as they'll take on the 76ers. That'll be game 2 of 4 straight on the road. Now here is Davis to the inside. Over Randall. And it's Davis missing.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
It's Brooks on the wing. From outside, off the mark. Utah leading by 5. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. We know the 90s were a different era, Greg. Either win the game or win the fight. Remember that? Do you miss that physicality?
Well, I will say, Kevin, it made for some great stories, but I don't think we're missing much without all the extracurriculars. And I think we have a beautiful game.
Got a piece of it. Here's Thompson. That one's good. Maybe that'll get him going after a 2 for 6 start.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Antetokounmpo inside. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
When it comes to stuffing the stat sheet, Antetokounmpo does it very well in just about every category. But his greatest strength is he's a dominant scorer.
Davis sets a screen. Pulls it from the elbow. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off the perimeter guys, too.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Alden. David.
Kevin, thank you. The Utah Jazz last season became one of the first teams in the league to move their games to broadcast television. It's a gamble, but they just about tripled their reach. And with the rapid growth in the region, they have a chance to attract new fans. Kevin, no doubt, other NBA teams are keen to see how this goes.
Oh, David, no question at all. And we thank you for your report. Now here's Giddey. 13 points in the game. Knocks it off the glass. Giddey's got 15 points.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Boy, what a throwdown by the well-built 6'9" Julius Randle with power.
In the corner, it's Healed to the paint. And it's Davis finishing it off.
Outstanding execution. Good job working the ball inside.
Giannis outside. Here's Nesmith. And so it's the Utah Jazz heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation.
Start it.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets. And Will Hardy calls timeout here. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. You have to like what you're seeing, guys, from Josh Giddey.
And he just keeps hitting shot after shot. They need to design a way to deny him the basketball. Make someone else beat you.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Utah leading by 7. Picked off in midair. And now Brooks running the floor all by himself. A nice shot there by Antetokounmpo.
Another night we see Giannis at his best. This defense doesn't have a clue as to how to guard it.
There's a screen. Davis down low. Tries again. Doesn't go for him. Giannis with some nice D. And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. 20 points for him. Down low. Randle.
Davis has tremendous versatility and length, and he uses both to annoy and bother shooters.
Oh! Wow, my goodness.
Man!
And his athleticism is really off the charts. Love seeing Thompson punching home like that.
Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
Here's Giddey. He's got 15. Lock at 6. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. Rebounded by the Jazz. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Thompson misses.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Shoots. A nice shot by Nesmith. And so it's Giddey with it. He brings it up for the Utah Jazz. 3-point lead. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
Well, Giddey loves to finish strong inside, and he knows how to take advantage of his size.
Here's Giannis. Can't cash in from close range.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
it's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
Pass to Giddey. There's the screen. Just 5 to shoot. Kamare misses. The Nuggets trail by 5. Here's Brooks. Here's Giannis. He can't get that one. In the corner, it's Healed. Pass to Davis. Stolen by Brooks. Here's Nesmith. That one doesn't go. Utah leading by 5. Well, Clark, we hear a lot about the antics with Brooks, but he deserves more attention for his play.
I agree, especially on the defensive end, Kevin. He's one of the top perimeter defenders in the league, and some of what his antics are flowing out of is his competitive spirit. I still think he needs to tamp down the antics because that does take away from what he does, which is lock guys up and play with great competitive spirit all the time.
Substitution. Number 21. Moritz.
In the third quarter, with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock.
Moritz Wagner.
How about Big Mo Wagner? Never waste an opportunity to throw it down, big fella.
It's stolen by Randall. Giannis with it. Picked up by Thompson. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
Giddey
2 minutes remaining.
out to Thompson.
2 minutes.
Knocked loose. Giannis, that's a 2-pointer. Antetokounmpo with the finish.
Yeah, it's been about the fast break. Been real kind to him here early, and they are clicking in transition.
1:43 left here in the third quarter. The Nuggets trail by 3. Inside. There's Giannis with the slam.
Giannis is a monster around the rim. Too easy there.
Wagner outside. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. That'll be the second game of a 5-game homestand. To the middle. Here's Randall. Up and in on the layup. Randall's got 9.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
You know, nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Antetokounmpo inside. Great D that time from Davis. Three on 3. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul.
13.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
And he's been terrific, guys. I mean, the percentage right around 86%, so no doubt he's pleased with that.
Yeah, guys, I mean, he's been a very steady hand for them when it comes to his free throw shooting.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Wagner forcing the defense to compromise there. A good job forcing the issue inside.
And you look at this year's Denver team, you know, Greg, trying to get more from their bench than they did last year.
Yeah, and you just don't want your starters to play so many minutes that they get gassed in the postseason. That's something Denver's trying to avoid this time around. Easier said, though, than done.
Antetokounmpo with the steal. Pass to Randall. And he uses the glass on the layup. He's got 11.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
And Davis sends it back. And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last. Denver calls timeout. Here's Beal. And that one released in time, but no good. Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the
44.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Timeout called, Nuggets. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. I was able to listen to what David Adelman went over with his team. Now, he was quite encouraging in the huddle. He said, look, you're fighting out there, fellas. I can see it. I need you to keep giving everything you have. Bring this one home. See if they can pull it off, guys.
Thank you, David. Alvarado with it. Picked up by Thompson. Here's Antetokounmpo. And it's Wagner with the rebound. And so it's Giddey with it. He brings it up for the Utah Jazz. Denver in the lead. Here's Giannis. Nice defense from Wagner. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Nuggets.
They've made the offense uncomfortable, creating turnovers with the defensive pressure and cashing in on the other end.
And another thing, guys, they dominated on fast breaks tonight, outrunning their opponent the entire game.
Wagner left side. And the foul called on Antetokounmpo. That will get him his fourth foul of the game.
That's his fourth foul. I'm sure he recognizes the situation because number 5 would put him in a rough, tough spot.
Pass to Wagner. Here's Thompson. Back to Wagner. Shoots from 14. That one wide left. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Moritz Wagner. That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Giannis outside. To the inside. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Unselfish, good vision, nice dime by Julius.
The Jazz working the ball around now. On the wing, Giddey. Davis in the corner. Over Giannis. And it's Davis missing. The Nuggets leading by 4. The drive by Giannis. And Davis sends it back.
A two-way star, AD has led the league in shot blocking on multiple occasions.
Here's Antetokounmpo. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. You're much better off making him go to the line.
He's off on the second.
And not doing anything to erase his reputation as a shaky free throw shooter. This game really only making it worse. Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
And not afraid to put his body on the line either. He took a shot for the team in that situation.
On the wing, Brooks. Back to Randall. Over Giddey. Randall no good. Jazz trailed by 4. To the paint. Here's Davis. Davis doing his thing inside.
There's so many ways Davis can beat you on the interior. Defenders always on their heels when he is attacking.
To the middle. Here's Randall. And Randall throws it down.
Ooh, put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time.
Not when he can throw it down like that. Boom!
Antetokounmpo. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Third team foul.
You really have to appreciate and respect the spirit Giannis plays the game with, a beacon of energy and enthusiasm for his team. They all feed off of him with an attitude of joy and unselfishness.
Probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. And Will Hardy calls timeout here. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. Jazz trail by 5. Pass to Thompson. Now Sexton with the drive. And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession.
You know, I think he may have forced that pass when there was really no reason to.
The Nuggets leading by 5. On the wing, Giannis. The rebound by the Jazz.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Thompson in the corner. Back to Wagner. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Here he goes. And there's the call on Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's his 5th foul.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
Pass to Wagner. Over to the wing. Here's Kamare. Clock at 4. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
Oh, stone cold stuff there from Josh Giddey. Big time shot in the moment.
Handle no good. Utah trailing here. We've got 1:28 left here in the 4th quarter. They now take the lead.
Important and big bucket from Wagner. We've seen him play in some pretty hefty international games. He's not afraid of the big moment.
And Antetokounmpo slings it in.
You know, feeling very comfortable taking a big shot when his team needs it. That's a sign of how Antetokounmpo has matured recently.
And I love going to Giddey there at 6'8" with his skill. Josh can get that one off anytime he wants.
Man, the attitude of Antetokounmpo, really impressive. Really what you want to see in your team's best player. He's a guy that doesn't back down when the game gets tight and things are on the line.
It's Thompson off the drive. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
They had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
Yeah, I agree with you there, but at least they did get the clock stopped. That is the one saving grace of that situation.
Stolen by Thompson. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Julius Randle picks one up.
What I appreciated about Thompson is his recognition. He knows when to force the issue and when to pull back.
They should be in front right now, but he'll be relieved not to have come up totally empty there.
Here's Giannis. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Defense has Giannis well covered, but he gets physical right back and draws the foul in the act of shooting.
And he ends up missing both free throws. And the Jazz pushing it up now. And Sexton slams it in.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. And the foul called on Antetokounmpo. And so he's picked up his final foul. He will sit for the rest of this game.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game.
Exactly. You got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws. 2-possession game now, guys. Some very important free throws there.
Money!
He threw that one down. Adams, one of the fiercest competitors in the league.
They foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ball game.
I think it's a wrap. When the game's on the line, he knows how to deliver the crushing blow.
And I like getting physical, challenging the defense.
He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game. Down low. Here's Brooks. Good!
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
That's his third personal foul.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker.
At the line for the Jazz. Giddy.
And the second of 2 is good. That puts them up by 5. Denver calls timeout. Just 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Trying to keep hope alive, but I don't see them making a comeback.
You know what? I'm sure crazier things have happened, or maybe not. It's a long shot, though.
Substitution on the court.
For 3, Harris. No good there. And so it's Utah with the win. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.